Hey everybody, it's Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona. Emily Skeels is running the comments from her computer, and we are Facebook Live today from the Levee. In particular, we are at Levee Park. You can see behind me the newly remodeled part of Levee Park where we're having lots of little festivals and vendor events and things like that. Up ahead of me is the subject of Facebook Live this week. It's what's going on with the flooding. So everybody knows, this is supposed to be really a record amount of high water this year. I haven't been down here yet. I've been hearing a little bit and keeping tabs on the National Weather Service and what they're saying, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to give you a look along with me. I will tell you this, I've learned a couple of things. One is that the water is going down. So that's great news. We peaked, I think, a couple of days ago, and so the flood level today is at 16.5 feet, I think, and it was at 16.9 feet a few days ago. So they feel like we've kind of turned the corner on this flooding for right now. It certainly has made Levee Drive not usable for the time being. I'm going to show you why in just a minute. Yeah, oh boy. Okay, so there it is. That, as you can see, is, well, you can see the boathouse, our beloved little waterfront restaurant there. Still open. Water's still a long way away from the boathouse, but you can see that water's really come up pretty far. I don't think anybody's going to be sitting on those benches for a while. So flood stage in Winona is about 13 feet, I guess. So we are about 3.5 feet over what they consider to be, a flooding event. Here, let's see if I can give you more of a view like this. If I can get myself out of the way. You can see also that's our bridge over there. They're working on that. I saw some nominations for the bridge. I think one of our Facebook Lives is going to end up being probably over there, taking a look at what you're looking at right there is the old bridge, which they're doing some renovations on, and then on the other side of that is the new bridge. It looks a lot different, but it seems to be working out okay. So all the traffic is going across the new bridge right now while they're working on the old bridge. But you can see they've pulled those docks up pretty high, and as you can see, that road that goes down into Levee Drive, not a good idea right now. So let's just walk along here. Let's see if I can do this. So, oops, oh God, dropped my camera in the water. You guys would see me go right over this rail after it. But yeah, look at this down here. I am up on where if you're an old timer, this is the big concrete pad where the Wilkie Museum used to sit. So I'm actually quite a ways up from where the water typically is. Let's see. There's a little bit better view of those docks. I know that we've got a couple tour boats that are going to be using these docks this year, and obviously not yet because you can't really get to the gangplank for the dock yet. But I'm just going to stop talking for a second and give you a look. Also, eagles like crazy out here now. The eagles are super active. It's a beautiful day, because beautiful is relative when you live in Minnesota sometimes. It's about 50 degrees right now, and it's a little cloudy, it's a little foggy, but tomorrow is going to be 65 degrees. I think Sunday is supposed to be like 67 degrees. We are the Miami of Minnesota, so of course it's going to be warmer here than anywhere else in the state, is what we hear. Okay, I'm going to turn this way now and give you another look over there at that. Yeah, so I see a question about the lift bridge. That is a good question. Our bridge is fairly tall. It would have to go up quite a lot more for it to actually shut down barge traffic on the river. I don't know that that's happened. So this levee was built. We are, I don't know how many feet. I guess it's probably like 22 feet maybe. Right where I'm standing would be above the flood stage by about 22 feet. And they built this because there was a catastrophic flood event in 1965. This didn't exist. This levee was not here. Here, I'm going to give you a look now this way. You can see there's some happy ducks. Let's see if I can get out of the way. Happy ducks eating grass. So this, oops, I ran into a picnic table. Shoot. So this didn't exist, and you can see, we're really close to downtown right here, which is one of the most amazing attributes of Winona, that it's situated right on the Mississippi River. However, in 1965, that was a real problem because this river pretty much just came right there, downtown. And so after that happened, there was a great deal of energy and funding that was put into building this levee. I don't remember exactly how many miles long this levee is, but it's quite long. It goes for, I'm going to say it goes for at least 6 miles, maybe it's 10 miles. It goes all the way down. They built it up like a gigantic berm. It goes all the way down past Prairie Island, and actually Prairie Island Road is the top of the levee that they built. It goes all the way down past Prairie Island and on towards McNally Landing. I did see some photos. Oh, look at the ducks, you guys. I did see some photos of McNally Landing a few days ago. It's completely, unusable right now. Also, Verkota Landing is entirely underwater. However, the deer are fine, if you're wondering about the deer park, because they have a gigantic hill that's built inside of there. So if water ever does come over across into that area, the deer have high ground where they can go on. So you can see, I've actually seen quite a few people walking down here to just have a look. It's a little bit of a curiosity, I think. Seagulls are mad about something. Who knows what? And, oh, hi puppy, sorry. I scared that dog. So we're gonna, without going in the water, we're just gonna take a little bit of a walk down. I'm going down now. Normally this would walk all the way down and I would be able to sit on those benches right there, which is not gonna happen today. But look at this. Kind of creepy. Are those duck houses? No, those are lights. Those are actually, the water's so deep right there that those are actually like street lamps. So they would normally be a good, I don't know, 18 feet tall, maybe 15 feet tall. They wouldn't normally look like they were so low. Okay, we're not gonna go this way either. Check this out. So that here, how did I do? All right, let me see if I can get out of the way of this and give you a better look. That gives you a really good idea how high this water is. Yeah, that's really, it's really up there. I'm not sure. I'm sure it has gotten higher than this. I'm not sure I've ever seen it higher than this. So this is, if you have a senior in town, you probably took graduation photos down here. This is one of our most beautiful walls. It's actually got that sculptural work. Let's see if I can push this out far enough to show you down there. It's got some carving that's into the concrete of beautiful birds and things like that. It was done, as I understand it, by Leo Smith, one of our very, very famous area artists. And so they built this levee in sometime after 1965's flood. I think I saw that it was done by about 1969. and the town has never flooded since then. I did talk to a wildlife fellow who worked with the Upper Fish and Wildlife Service for decades, and he said that he wondered if this year would be the year that there would just be such enormous flooding that maybe water would actually end up coming over in. But I got to tell you, we're in pretty good shape right now, and I think it's going to go down. And here is why probably that's going to happen. I was listening to Minnesota Public Radio this morning, and they said that it had just been an extraordinarily lucky melt, and so we had a huge amount of snow, and so then they were very worried that it would start to warm up really quickly and that it was just going to all flood down here. But then in 30 days, we had 19 freezes. And so what that did was just slow it way, way down. And so then the water was able to melt at a much more controlled rate. Here you can see this. The water melted at a much more controlled rate. And then it controlled a great deal of the flooding for cities like Winona. Now, I will tell you that there are places across the river who are not as fortunate right now. Fountain City has got some detours. Water has come up into certain parts of the city there, and so they have some detouring. I'm sure they're doing some sandbagging. I remember, I think it was in 2001, Fountain City had also quite a lot of flooding, and so my family and I had actually gone over there to help sandbag because the river was coming up through the little accesses from the town that go right down into the water and threatening the businesses all along Main Street. They did have quite a bit of flooding that year, but I'm not sure if this water is higher. I think it's possible that this water is a little bit higher right now, but like I said, they said on the flooding forecast that it is receding, officially going down, and they expect this to be continuing to go down because a great deal of the snowpack's already been melted off. So unless we get a whole lot of rain, we're going to get some rain this weekend down here, not sure so much about farther north from us, and rain will certainly bring the river back up. And actually, the reality is that when you live on the Mississippi River, the water is at the mercy of whatever's going on upstream, and so we may see the water rise several more times this year. Probably not this high. I mean, this is really, all of the state is warmed up so much that it melted off quite a lot of snow at the same time, and that's what's caused most of this. But if we get here, I'm just trying to get you a little closer. You can see the drive, Levee Drive, which is actually now, Cal Fremling Drive, because Cal Fremling was, of course, one of our most legendary river people, and so they renamed this drive after him. Oh yeah, not going down there. So here's this. That is the sidewalk and the driveway into Cal Fremling Drive. But look, you can see already how much that water has gone down. You see, let's see if we can walk down there a little bit. So there's a whole bunch of like debris, just river stuff that has washed up, and it's going to show you how high the river was a few days ago. So it should, as long as we don't get a lot of rain, it should just keep dropping pretty quickly. How long will it be before they're using that road again? I think it's going to be a little bit, but I have to say, that the flooding that's happened over the last, many decades has created a lot of great things also in these communities. For example, the flood run. I don't know if you're a motorcycle person, you know about the flood run. The flood run was in 1965 when Winona and all of these communities along the Mississippi River were in just desperate condition, being flooded. People who are motorcyclists came from all over the north and the west and the east of Minnesota, and they rode by the thousands down here to help with the sandbagging, and so they continue to do that now every year. They're not coming down to sandbag, but the flood run, I bet it must be pretty soon. This is a pretty ordinary time of year for this kind of flooding, but the flood run still goes on at like the middle of April, and it's just kind of in memory of this event, and there are thousands and thousands of people who come down to commemorate the time when they all came down here to be part of this effort to help these communities. So there you can see that was the high water. So it's gone down a few feet already. Okay, so we came here today because every week we go wherever you tell us to go. We are doing Facebook Live to give you a live look at whatever it is you want to see in town. It doesn't matter. But this Winona area is full of so many interesting things. We know that so many of our people who are with us, sorry, changing direction here, who are with us on Facebook, maybe they still do live here. Maybe they used to live here. Maybe their kids went to college here. Maybe their grandma lived here. I hope you're all giving us a shout out from where you are watching from, and let us know what your tie is to Winona. This is just our weekly chance to go wherever it is you would like to have a look at, someplace that you remember fondly, and you can nominate it, send us a note, send us a direct message, leave a message in the comments, and then every week we put two places up against each other in a poll, and then you get to vote. And by the end of the week, one of those places wins, and that's where we go. So this week it was the Levee. Next week, I don't know. There's so many things left to see that I'm kind of interested to know what it's going to be. And I know we're having an awful lot of fun doing this. We're getting a look at all kinds of places in Winona that people even have forgotten about, or forgotten how much they loved, or have never even seen before in some places. There are places that I haven't seen before. So I'm enjoying this a lot. Thank you so much for your shout outs and for coming along with us on this fun journey every week. Tell us where to go next week, and we will see you there. For Visit Winona. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.